So I wanted to ask you about buyers and sellers. Do they play a role in your agents' everyday life? How they influence them to use the technology and what type of technology?
Yeah, I think they do, and I think I think they do when they know that there's a technology that exists, and they ask for it. And sometimes that comes out of stressful times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I use an example, not just in real estate, but again, COVID recently affecting how we all look at technology.
Right.
You know, I mean, we were a Microsoft Office client, and so I think we were paying for Teams
Yeah.
in our pricing and packaging for years. Well, I think our IT department and our facilities department were the only people that used Teams. You know, we would still, the rest of the departments would get together. Like, what, you know, well, the whole company, our whole company became proficient, and because we had that as a product and using Teams for meetings and also Zoom and other things. And I think even saying to a customer, okay, well, we can meet via Zoom or Teams. We can walk. We can the experience of interacting on a listing
Yeah.
today, and even be on a website and share and screen share. You know, the Matterport 3D design, the pictures, the photography, and say, okay, I don't want to go out and look at these 10 houses. Let's discuss this way, and then go look at the 5 homes that I really, after seeing that create value. I think we saw more and more people, even agents who never wanted to use online forms.
Yeah.
You know, they still wanted to write the contract.
Right.
It became forced. Or earnest money companies that were, you know, agents were like, no, I'll just pick up the cash or the check
Yeah.
and deposit it. Now we're saying, well, no, why? You know, why are we doing this? Why are we the only business in the world that doesn't have some form of electronic payment for earnest money and escrow? And I think mortgage and title are already looking at how they create that efficiency across the whole industry. So I think customers will ask for that technology. More and more people use online. And I do think that we hear the customers, they do say, why don't I have this? Now, sometimes it's an education. Sometimes it's because again, you're buying or selling your home on average 7 years. So they don't know what technology is really used. They see something that's well advertised. You know, I often talk about those valves and the portals and the marketing. And sometimes I'm like, and I'll say to a friend or a customer, they're good advertising partners, some of those big portals. Yeah. They're all great. We work with them. But let me explain their model a little bit, because if you list your house with me and you want me to be the expert that's explaining the value of your home, those companies, they're not getting me the lead.
Right.
So when you list your house, and it's just their model, but you list your house with our friends at Zillow, and you know, we say to sellers, don't call me and ask me how many people have called me from Zillow. And sellers are shocked.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why? And they're like, well, they are selling this to buyers agents that are buying the leads. And we'll find a lot of sellers, it's not just Zillow, it's others who will go, I don't like that.
Yeah.
How do I change that? And they go, we can't, it's their model, but at the same time, they want to be on Zillow because that's the name they know.
Right.
That's the search.
When you get a Saturday Night Live skit made about you know, you've made it there, right? So it's, but I think that battle becomes like with good partners like you guys. I don't know if it's a battle, but it's how do we improve what we're doing as brokers? Because if the customer wants certain things, are they just going there because they know the brand, or is there an experience they're getting?
Right.
And how do we, as with partners like yourself, put that same experience within howardhanna.com,
right? So
that we can say, well, we do that. And that's one of the things we've done with technology. That's one of the things that we've tried to do with different partners like Real Scout or Percy with their evaluation model, connecting everything. So what we have done is made everything that connects on an open platform. Even if we plug other people, our basic hub platform, we call our H Suite, we can plug anything in, a CRM to a AI product, to a marketing, to a direct mail. So we can open it up as opposed to it being locked.
Yeah.
And that allows us to partner with a lot more folks and begin to see what do the consumers like.
Yeah. So. And is that your hub also for agents and brokers?
Yes.
That's your whole suite.
Our whole suite. We call it our H Suite. And so it's everything that an agent or broker would need is there.
Yeah.
And you mentioned artificial intelligence.